Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm James. We're on ACC, been a little while but we're back, and for a lovely 30-minute race around Kyle Army in the Porsche, a track that the Porsche is actually quite good at. So I thought, well, let's jump in. I've done absolutely no practice. I've literally jumped onto the game, saw the first server and then just jumped into it. No quali, nothing, hence why I'm starting at the back, P18. There's a few other people joined with probably not a lot of practice either. Which leads to sort of, well, utter carnage, to be honest, especially into turn 1, as you're about to see very soon. And this Lambo, by the way, this Lambo that's tried to overtake us on the in-lap, he's one to watch. He is very quick, and we try and keep behind him and try and overtake him and everything. So yeah, green light, go, go, go. Great start with the Porsche. We've already made a place or two. Good. Choose the right hand side of the Bentley here. A little bit of AstroTurf on the right. Braking just before the 100 ball because we don't want too much carnage. But you can see there's a spin in the middle, and it just causes everybody to go left and right to try and avoid it. This Merc stops in front of me, and I sort of just have to brake violently to avoid crashing into him. But yeah, what manner of start that was. Let's watch it again. So you can see I'm coming into turn 1, and it looks pretty calm at the moment. I mean, the radar says there's about 8 cars, and then I think it's a Bentley or something that spins in the middle, and everyone is just trying to avoid it, and some doing a good job, some not so much, as this Merc takes the Bentley out, and I therefore have to avoid. I'm on the grass here, and I've got nowhere else to go but the right. But we get through somehow unscathed, no damage, didn't hit anyone. I mean, to be honest, I was so happy that I got through that without anything, because I'm sure a lot of people up ahead and behind have got some form of damage from that start, because that was just insane. There was so many cars involved. It's just, it all concertines up when there's a parked car in the middle of the track and people are coming around the corner and you only see it at the last minute, and then you know your instinct is to dart out of the way, but there's always going to be people to your left, people to your right, which causes massive pile-ups like that. But we've settled in. We're 14th now, so we gained about 4 places off the start. Up behind this Bentley now, and we're going to see if we can try and get the Bentley at some point. But yeah, everyone's sort of settled into the race quite quickly, so some people found a good rhythm. I thought I found a pretty good rhythm, having done no practice. I mean, this really surprised me actually how well I think I drived, considering I literally just jumped into the game, whacked a setup on, and drove basically. So this is literally my first lap on the game this day, and half-hour race against other people. So yeah, you can see Porsche not so good down the straight line, so the Bentley is pulling away massively even when I'm in the tow, and so there's no way for me to go for a massive Max Verstappen dive bomb up the inside. He does make a little mistake following the Bentley, and I sort of have a look around the outside, but nothing really happening there. The door is always going to get shut on you, and it's a very narrow line into the next corner, so I just stand back, wait for a good opportunity, but we do not want to stay behind these guys all race, because clearly they are a little bit slower than us in these early stages. We've got 2 cars off there, so that's 2 positions for us, and that's really nice, up to 13th, 12th, something like that. Yeah, and you can see, if you look on the HUD or whatever it's called to the left, you can see that the Lambo is 1.7 seconds behind, but we have managed to put 2 cars between us. He is very quick in that Lambo, so just keep an eye on him. We've got the McLaren behind, having a little look into the hairpin, but nothing of it. And then we're going to follow the Bentley. We see we're quite a lot closer now, coming into this hairpin, and we are going to go for a very audacious dive bomb, and it doesn't quite work out for us. We sort of understeer at the apex, and massive apologies to that Bentley, because the move probably wasn't on. I mean, you guys can watch it back if you like and see what it was. You'll probably come to the conclusion it was mine. Yeah, some would argue I was at the inside, but probably not nearly enough. But this is just early desperation because I can see that the guys up ahead are already breaking away. And I thought, you know, I'm in the tow, I've got really good brakes on the Porsche compared to the Bentley, but yeah, it didn't quite work. But yeah, we got through in some kind of manner, and the game thought that was fair, apart from the safety rating penalty, but that's fine. And then all manner of more carnage just happens, and we have to take avoiding action on the Porsche. Then the Bentley crashes into the Mercedes, and then this Mercedes is like dumbfounded by all of it. We send one up the inside, and there's like 4 spots just like that. He tries to look for a reply move into the left, but doesn't quite work. We're up to 6th place already for the second lap. Mad. That is just the nature of this race. But yeah, you can see Daggeroo 1984 in the Lambo still gaining. He's 1.2 seconds behind, only 1 car between me and him now. You can see by middle of lap 3 catching up to the other Porsche. This actually I realised was the older Porsche, so this is the 2018 one I think, so the later model to this. I don't know how that drives, I've never ever driven it, because this one is better. But yeah, we're going to see if we can try and find a way to pass them. It doesn't look like we're close enough here to go for another silly dive bomb, but we're going to see if we can find a mistake or something, because he does look quite a lot slower. He hasn't got quite into the rhythm yet. Just making little mistakes, but we can't quite capitalise them just yet. But we can see if we can get him down this back straight and stay in the slipstream. Try and go for maybe a move down into turn 1. Fastest lap for me, 43.2, but that does get better I think. See, we're not quite close enough, but he kind of turns out, gets a bit of oversteer on exit. We're going to put our car to the left, and we're going to hang it right round the outside, and he gives out and gives us the move. So positions, that's nice. I did think he'd back out of that, to be honest. I thought we'd be trying to go side by side into the next corner, but we didn't, and he backed out, which is probably sensible, because otherwise it probably would have led to another crash. You just don't know what the other driver is really going to do. But already we've caught up with the Ferrari in front, only a second ahead. And we're going to follow him through this middle sector, see where he's quick, see where he isn't quick, see where we can go for a move. Because I'm trying to find... Kyalami isn't a great overtaking track, it's quite narrow. There are hairpins and stuff, but you have to be pretty close to said one. But yeah, we're going to have to get close enough and then go for a move. Let's see, it's unlikely that we're close enough going into this hairpin. But you can see we're already sort of setting up the move. He goes a bit wide and it's a bad exit. We get a good one from taking a later apex. I hate that corner. Following a car through that corner, you can barely see the apex. It's so easy to get wrong. You can see setting up the move again, using all the track. We're going to tuck into the slipstream here, and you can already see how much quicker the Ferrari is on the straight. Even without the tow, I'm not gaining a lot, but we're gaining enough here. And I'm actually surprised he didn't defend this. So we're going to send one up the inside. There's a tiny little tap at the apex, but I think he tried to turn in a little bit too early. But we're up the inside, and that's P4 now in this race. So in just 5 laps we've gone from P18 to P4, and you can see the Lambo is just overtaken the Ferrari now. And we're just going to keep going with this race, try and pull away from the Lambo, because at this point I have realised he is quite quick. Quite quick, probably quicker than me. And you're going to see, look, already at the end of the 5th lap he's only 0.2 behind me. He doesn't go for a move into here. I do make a bit of a hash of it though, just a bit late on the brakes, couldn't quite make the apex as I'd like, but the nature of these corners doesn't really allow for an overtake unless you have an overlap of the other car. So we keep the position for now. There's a park car on the right there, there's a lap car. Kind of in the long right. I love this 4th gear, above 100 miles an hour throughout. Just want to avoid the exit curve because it's very, very noisy. And you can see how much the Lambo is quicker than me. This is probably practice versus non-practice, to be honest. Here's me, you know, just sort of jumping in, making a few errors, as you can see there. And this guy he's done a couple of races. He's nailed in. He's focused. Knows exactly where he's braking, cornering, whatever. Not that I don't, but probably I'm not as used to it as I'm just jumped into the game. He sort of goes for a move up the inside. I tried to cover it off, but it's a bit late. And he goes for a switcheroo, but he's gone in so deep. I could just switch him back. The old switcheroo working again. You see the side by side there, but I get the clear on the left and I pull in front of him, and he cannot go through a reply move through the kink. So yeah, nice little battle there with the Lambo. Very nice little battle. A lot of respect shown, and but this fighting has led that the Ferrari actually is flying, absolutely flying. He's done a 10th quicker last lap, but he goes even quicker when we really start battling. So yeah, he's definitely one to watch out. And you see actually the Ferrari in the mirror goes for a move on the Lambo. Bit late, bit unexpected, I imagine. Allows us to run away though, so we're going to try and run away. Run. We've got about a second gap to the Lambo and the Ferrari. But you can see we have not run away. You can see he's caught right up at the apex, down to 0.4 of a second now. Bit of a weak hairpin for me there, but we're going to try and run. Because we know the Lambo is quicker. That is just plainly obvious. So we're going to try and keep him behind as long as we can, make as little mistakes as possible. Just keep it calm and cool, you know, not look at the mirror too much. I find that looking at the mirror lots, when, you know, he's 0.4, 0.5 behind, it's unlikely for a move. It's not good, but yeah, you're going to watch on this lap how much he gains. So look, it's about 0.7, 0.8 at the start of the lap. I'm sorry, the car sounds like a Formula 1 car. I think it's quite cool. But you can see already, look, 0.6, 0.5 is just so much at one with the car. Probably because he's practiced. And he's done qualifying, he's done free practice. I haven't done any of it. You see 0.4 now, coming up towards the hairpin. He's still 0.4, 0.3. And you could just see, I mean, we're trying to sort of break the toe as well. Just gain anything we can. Lose this little, but you can just see here, he is right up on the back of us. 0.2 a second, he's gained about 5-6 tenths just on those two sectors alone. And my lap was perfectly fine, there wasn't any really massive errors. But this guy is just super quick. So we do 43.3 there. It's my PB, he's done a 43.0. Fried it up behind doing a 43.6. And then the Porsche further back doing a 43.1. So the pace is similar, but... And there's the mistake. There's the really frustrating mistake. Just getting on the power a tiny bit too early and then trying to hold it on the power, and it just didn't quite work. Gives the perfect pathway for the Lambo to go through, and this way I'm annoyed. I've just let him through, halfway through. There's still 13 minutes to go. I can try and get him back, but we already know his pace is probably a lot better than mine. But we're going to see if we can try and spook him into mistake. You know, just setting up the corners nicely. But it's going to be very tricky in the Porsche to try and go for a move on the straights, just because of the straight line speed difference. I mean, the Lambo is not brilliant in the straight line on the straights, but the Porsche is pretty diabolical, to be honest. But hopefully we can make it up in the corners, because that's where this thing shines. But you can see already the gap is half a second. It seems to be that hairpin is my trouble corner, because it just gains so much time. I'm not late enough on the brakes or something, but it's a tricky braking zone because you're going uphill and then it sort of crests downhill and you can't see your braking point very easily. But yeah, we're going to see if we can try and best into the slipstream here as we're about to enter the main straight. But it's looking very unlikely to get this guy. He's keeping us at bay. I mean, we've done very similar laps there, and only 5 thousandths off his lap there, and doing a 44.0. So yeah, but I mean, I knew this guy was quicker, but he didn't actually break away as much as I thought he would. I thought he'd be 3-4 seconds up the road, but I managed to keep somewhat with him. See, I mean, he hasn't broken away here much.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
And by lap 17, the gap is about 2 seconds. So, you know, 7 laps, and he's probably gaining about 2 tenths a lap, if that sometimes. So I was actually really happy with this. I've got no threat from behind, from Porsches, Ferraris, nothing like that. Just trying to keep with this Lambo, but it's looking unlikely now, and at this point we're just going to try and bring the car home, because I'm really happy with this result from pretty much last on the grid, just joined with no practice, little mistake at the hairpin again, that dreaded corner. Yeah, so starting from the back to no quali, go to P4 or P3 at one point, I believe. Got a yellow flag up ahead at this hairpin. I think someone just popped off to the left there, giving up. But yeah, I was really happy because I literally just came in, and it's probably the best I've driven for quite a while, which really surprised me. So yeah, the consistency was right up there. Yeah, we're going to come around the final corner now and take the checkered flag in P4, flashing the lights just behind the Lambo, and there we go, across the line. Stellar drive from that Lambo. I got to give him that one, because that was a great drive. Great fight there mid of the race as well, so lots of respect shown, which is really nice in these open lobbies, because usually it is utter carnage. So yeah, but that is it from me, guys. Hope you have a great rest of your day and enjoy the video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Have a great rest of your day, stay safe everyone, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.